We are now in court.
Yes, June 21st, 9:48 a.m. in District Court, Defendant Lumpy number 3. What? Prosecutor von Karma? You mean...
No, I heard it's his successor this time.
Successor? Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win.
He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years.
That is an impressive record.
Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be.
I'm ready to put on a German accent again.
Have fun with that.
It's no good. Mystic Maya.
No, this is Pearl, I think, actually.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Mystic Maya. We'll see. Pearly! You showed help. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Oh, holy shit, okay. Huh? Then you came here all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed them out. Oh my god, okay.
Don't tell me you walked all the way here.
Of course not. I ran. You
Pearls?
ran?
It says 2 hours by train. When did she start running? And how
Yeah, I'm
fast
curious
is
about
she?
that too.
I can't... Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train. Oh man.
Hurley, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? Oh god.
I give up.
She doesn't actually know what a train is. Holy shit. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday.
Ah, the intense music.
Yeah. I will say Edgeworth does look cool.
He does.
Every trial was scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. When you're rivals for life.
Maya, please don't mention that name ever again.
Huh? But why, Nick?
Because I killed him.
Because he's
I honestly
retired
don't
or
know
whatever.
what's-
He's quit.
Nobody knows what's happening with Edgeworth right now. Maybe he's dead. Maybe he was killed by Von Karma in there.
Oof.
I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back.
What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom.
Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway.
Nick?
Why
June
does she
21st.
call me Nick? I'm
Good
Phoenix.
10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. But I'm like Nick Phoenix? No, you're not. That's right. Why are you called Nick? Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Oh shit.
Meet Von Karma!
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
What is with this kid? How old? Hold on. Damn it, she's not on here.
You don't have me yet. Ahem. Mr. Wright, are you prepared?
Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me?
Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct?
No, I'm shocked because you're a Von Karma. Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma.
I'm Franziska von Karma, the prodigy.
Okay, now is she in here? Damn it!
Franziska, that's a good name.
I see.
I gave up a promising career in Germany and come to this country for one sole reason. Revenge.
Revenge. This is about her father, Manfred von Karma.
If that's something of personal nature, I'm sure you can,
I'm talking.
Wow, okay.
If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me.
Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yow!
Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
This is
The only part of my name that sounds like Nick is the very end of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please.
Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection.
What about your father?
Okay.
Okay.
The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch.
Very well. What is the defense's position?
Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes.
A foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time.
Wait. Does that mean Maya wouldn't die?
Oh.
So there's things that are not just up. You killed somebody, you're fucked. Justified
Interesting.
self-defense. I mean, he would have a case for that, yeah. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. You could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the logic is, she didn't do it.
Yeah, the logic is, at least from what we could see, it could have been self-defense.
Well, Phoenix's logic.
Yeah.
If you do a justified self-defense, he could very easily do that, but then that basically says that Maya did kill the guy, which could have negative consequences for Maya's mental state.
Oh, yeah.
So he's trying to avoid that. That's why it's not guilty. Now, probably also suspects that, you know, she's been set up like Mia said, so...
Oh, yeah.
Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone.
Indeed. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness.
She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose.
Oh, got you. Witness, your name and occupation?
Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct.
Thinking about it, at least he kept his job.
Yeah. So good for you. Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they looking at? What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit?
That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor.
Yeah, I would be too. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Oh, and that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this was one of the most open and shut cases I have ever proceeded over.
Yay for the floor plan.
So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, Zen. Here we go. Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol that shot the forehead, sir. And the shot was fired from point-blank range. Point-blank, wow. But before the victim was shot, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used that pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. But it was 2 gunshots. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point-blank range.
And the court accepts it into the evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question your witness.
Okay, there's nothing more I can look at.
How about checking if we have a von Karma on the profiles now?
Oh. Is only a present? No. Ah, but she is. She's 18?
Wow!
Oh my god!
How is she 18? How old was von Karma?
Von Karma was in his 50s at least.
Jeez.
Because yeah, he'd have to be. So he probably had her either in his very late 30s or early 40s. Assuming he was in his 50s, but ages in this game are weird. I mean,
oh yeah.
Gumshoe honestly kind of looks older than 31 sometimes, so...
Yeah, but I can see Gumshoe in the 31, yeah, when I look at him a little
He
bit.
looks older than 35.
Yeah, he does.
We don't know her age. A lot of hot is just weird.
Yeah.
Direct cause was a pistol shot to the forehead. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it?
It was the victim's.
Why the hell is he carrying a pistol on him?
He was probably having it in his coat.
The victim? Now, why would he have...
Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant and Mthis were also in the grip, sir.
So this is a question. When they do a channeling, we know their physical body changes. Wouldn't that mean their fingerprints change?
Apparently not, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Because, I mean, technically speaking, when Maya becomes Mia, she grows up.
Oh,
A
yeah.
good bit. So, I'm assuming it's not saying the same weight. So, you can only assume their body changes a lot physically, which would include fingerprints.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. It's weird. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon.
Yeah, I walked right into her hand there. Shot was fired from point blank. Point blank, huh? So, about how far away is that?
It's anywhere between 12 and 28 inches away.
And how do you know he was shot at point blank?
Tesk, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Shut up!
I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country.
Can I add a fool counter?
You really are German.
Excuse me?
A gunpowder burn.
Gunpowder burn? How would you not know this, Phoenix? Even I know this.
When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal.
No fucking duh.
Yep. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Stabbed in the
He was
chest.
stabbed.
Where'd the
Yeah,
knife
what we
come
stabbed?
from? Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with?
A fruit knife.
A fruit knife.
Interesting.
I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints all over it. All over it, huh?
Ugh, this does not look good.
What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Shut you up. Not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound?
If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart.
Oof.
Oh, that's close. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand.
This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill.
And I'm going to use the pistol to finish up the victim right after stabbing.
Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot?
Yep, sure as can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal.
A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter, then, which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Ugh, what a pain.
That's enough. We've clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence.
Murder weapon
Okay.
was Gray's. 2 shots fired. Bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. 2 shots.
Two shots.
A small fruit knife belongs to the face. Bears Maya's fingerprints.
The date and the time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case.
Naturally.
Ugh, this is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Miss Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? Just the opinion of this court that you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance.
This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way.
Oh, God.
I'm saying I'm still with not guilty. If Mia says that Maya could not dream, which means Maya did not do it because she was dreaming.
We're gonna have to try.
And hey, I have a save, so it's fine.
That is gonna be very hard.
If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. Which
Even
would indirectly
self-defense?
hurt me because she comes after me. Remember, this
Even
is
self-defense?
Japan America.
That's true.
So it's kind of combining the two, weirdly. Which seems tough to combine the two cultures, actually.
Oh yeah, because you have very different cultures in many aspects.
I can't let that happen. Your Honor,
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
the defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal.
You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective? Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. Now see here, proceedings are run by... Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Oh god, it's getting worse.
Or maybe better.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. And this is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a backspray of blood on this. This piece directly links my fate to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Yeah, that's a lot of blood.
It is. But saying the defendant was not fighting back at all.
Yeah, that's an intriguing one.
What are the course of events here? Where'd the first gunshot come from? So, is the logic Maya pulled out a knife, went towards the dude, he pulled out his gun and shot and missed?
That could be one.
Then she stabbed him, stole his gun, and then executed him. Is that the logic here?
That could be the logic.
So my question is, what's her motive?
Yeah, what is her motive?
Like, seriously, that's the first thing. Well, she has no motive, sir. Why would she do it? She's clearly not guilty.
All right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Yes.
Probably. What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing.
She's German, that's why she's doing it.
Well, Von Kalmer did the same thing, so...
Yeah, because they're both German.
Fucking Germans.
Sorry, pal, for this. Yeah.
I don't know if I have to press this, but may as well. It seems stupid to press it. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier?
You're kind of scary today, you know, pal? Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court.
I didn't know I was supposed to be scary as Phoenix.
All right, just please stop blagging at me like that.
Phoenix is terrifying today. Costume the defendant was wearing. Maya's costume. That is not a costume, dude. She's not a trick-or-treater or anything. It is her uniform. Her spirit channeling.
Yeah, spirit channeling uniform. Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her.
Maya. She's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else?
Now that's a good question.
I mean, it may be like a tradition thing that until you complete your training, you have to wear trainee clothes or something. Like that clothing. Or they just didn't feel like giving her other outfits. I mean, you never see Phoenix outside a suit, so...
That's true. But you're also alone.
As you can see, covered in blood. So it is. There's blood on the costume.
Lab results show that it is the victim's blood. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on.
Yes, Miss Von Karma. It's perfectly correct.
Now even the judge is on her side. I mean, he's always on the prosecution's side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do?
Press further.
Yeah, we need more evidence.
Yeah, like,
Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Well, I definitely see something about the costume.
Yeah, there's a bullet hole. There's a bullet hole. On the
I have to look
sleeve.
harder.
Mr. Wright?
Hold on. Can I actually look at it? No, I can't.
But I spotted a bullet hole on it. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. There's literally a hole in the...
Looks like my time is up. So, about the costume. There's
There's
one
something
little
wrong.
thing.
Yep.
Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What? What are you talking about, pal? Oh, she knows. Where's this problem you're talking about?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now.
The bullet hole.
The problem I have with this evidence is here! This thing right here.
Yep.
I ask the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder.
It looks like I found the hole I was looking for.
Perhaps it fits a key.
Oh my. And just like that, I'm deleting your channel.
Ah.
Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Order, order, order! This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else.
Press the check button for details. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir.
Let's press the check button for more details. Ah, the details.
Yeah, it's a bullet hole. Yes, I see it. Yeah. Truly, that's the detail thing. You conclude there's a bullet hole in the thing.
I agree. And we conclude nobody is currently wearing it. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding?
Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more.
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
While I agree it's a mistake on part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definite problem with the evidence, then,
No way.
Detective Goshu, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir.
The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Now that's just inaccurate.
Yeah, that is inaccurate now.
He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't?
We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. But the gun? So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically.
Ugh, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back.
But I think we do.
That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with his testimony alone. I'll find a critical contradiction somewhere, or somehow, and then I'll have her. So it would be the bullet hole.
Yes.
Either the bullet hole in that or the bullet hole in the screen. Because remember, we do have the
Yeah.
bullet hole in the screen.
8 inches off the ground.
Yeah, so that was aimed low. Yeah. So that could be he grabbed the pistol and her
Or it
shot.
could be
while he
this
was-
because there's 2 shots fired.
Yeah.
So which do we give?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know which one we should give. I think
Well,
there's the one on the screen.
Make a
No,
choice.
the one on the screen.
Make a choice.
The pistol.
Alright. Doesn't sound like it. Nope.
Yeah, no.
How'd you know that, Judge?
It might be the screen then. Or it might just be the kimono.
Yes, it's this.
Okay, it was the kimono. Okay.
Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes. Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling.
You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? She shot herself in the cloak?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. I mean, this is just going for the justified self-defense.
Yep.
It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
Yeah, but I'm still going for not guilty, so... Alright, the wind seems to be shifting for the next 5 seconds until Von Karma opens her mouth.
Huh.
What'd I say? What is with that? Are you finished yet? Laugh?
Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Stop calling me by my full name!
Miss Pagama?
It seems that my affair was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
Yeah. Even I thought of that one.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Oh my god.
How did you? Why, that's right.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
No! Phoenix!
She really
The
is playing
fuck?
us.
It's been like 15 minutes! Apparently. If that. How did you forget all of this?
Well, yes, that's true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so?
Huh? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
You mean by myself? You want me to put together this scenario all by myself? Huh? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. She's a slave driver. Holy shit.
He is.
During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it.
But why would she do this?
Yes, why?
This scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright.
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I don't give up that easily. All you have to do is ask, what is her motive?
Yeah.
If she has no motive, she wouldn't just kill a guy. That's apparently good enough in these cases.
Please refrain from playing me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
Yeah, what transpired?
There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
You think you can get away with such a flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maybe Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the current channeling technique, the medium physically...
She knows this?
So,
The medium physically changes.
then why is it the case at all?
Yeah,
If you know of the crane channeling technique, and you know it's a legitimate technique, then assuming everything did transpire as this is, it is not Maya's fault in the least.
Oh yeah, it would be whatever ghost they summoned.
So, the fact you know of this, Von Karma. The fuck? What's this case
Yeah, that's
even
honestly
for
surprising.
then? Maya killed that person. Maya was channeling, which means she wasn't her. Oh shit. Well,
Yeah,
she's not
that's-
guilty.
oh my god.
Like, what is the logic here? If they didn't,
I don't
if they
get-
all thought the channeling was false, then sure, I get that. But this means the prosecution knows about the technique.
Yup. If it's a nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor.
You mean the nurse, not the defendant,
Yeah.
but the nurse
Yeah.
could have easily been a match. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the crane channeling technique.
Like I said before, I am perfect.
No, you're not.
What you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
He lost their strength to fight back. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly hurt would you say he was? Let's stab you a half an inch away from your heart. See how you are.
Actually, I went to give blood the other day. And afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. Oh, you get blood, Gumshoe. That's nice. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the distance.
It depends. Because if you stab somebody in the chest, depending on what you hit, assuming the knife stays in there, they aren't going to bleed out that quick.
That's true.
But it's also really close to the heart, so I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Sorry.
So we're fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did that pistol come from? Like, why would he bring it?
Yeah. It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that. He specifically bought it for that day.
But a handgun?
He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Why?
How intriguing!
Why did he bring a gun? Was he taking precaution against something?
Oh. He might have known what something was going to happen.
Ugh. So, you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when the shot was fired.
Maya. Really glad you weren't hurt.
Picked up the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it.
Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur can fire it, just by pulling the trigger.
Even me. I wonder.
Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect.
I don't understand the logic here. What do
Yeah, I
these
don't get
people
the
think
logic either.
channeling is? They keep
Like,
talking
clearly-
as if Maya got the body of the nurse but kept her mind.
Yeah, because that's not exactly how it is.
That's not how this works. I don't understand the logic with this whole thing. So, Von Karma, I really don't think you know how channeling truly works. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Little cheating. I don't know why it's this. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
What do you mean?
The little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Explain yourself, Mr. Rice.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on this costume? Oh, yeah.
There's no gun. Yeah. Gunpowder burn?
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Oh!
But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
That is very good. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away.
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired our side.
As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that.
Oh, okay.
Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away.
Why?
After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense, does it? What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think.
I don't think it makes sense.
There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor.
Fatal? Flaw? Oh,
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that explains contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts that line of thinking.
the autopsy, I think.
This bullet hole is 8 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
Which means... So by Von Karma's logic, you stab a person, you push them away far enough, and I assume you're standing up at that point, right?
Yeah.
Now, tell me, if somebody shot at you and only hit lower part of your arm from the ground, how does the bullet go down more?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I don't know about you, and I know Maya's short, but the nurse isn't. But if I'm standing up, my hand is more than 8 inches off the ground by quite a bit.
It might be the folding screen then.
Because, yeah, unless he can curve bullets.
That would be very impressive, though.
And we know this isn't from the second gunshot.
Yeah, it might be the folding screen.
It's not 8 inches off the ground. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What is that? A folding screen?
I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen.
Ah!
It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Who? Well, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless?
Yeah.
The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Oh. Order! Order! This changes everything.
Please look at the diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location, about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in... So, there? She was standing here, near the folding screen.
Okay.
Why?
Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Is it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
Nope. That's impossible.
But why?
You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you!
I believe it has now been proven that I have freshened my teeth. The defendant
God.
was standing a ways from the victim when the shot was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen?
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Quiet. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job.
Oof.
Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the back. Fuck.
Oh no.
Blast radius of disaster.
You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had such a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile?
Detective? How dare you damage my perfect logic?
How? How is it all my fault?
You can start by repairing your standing by first removing that freestand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later.
Punishment?
Miss Von Karma, you should multiply that 3 strands by 3. And that's his goatee.
Oh god. Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's faith. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness. That's gotta be Lotta.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we can reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.